What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. I'm going to answer an email today that we got from Kimberly Sundberg. Now, Kimberly asks, she said she's preparing for a bikini competition. She started cutting. She's doing keto because she's very sensitive to carbs. And she has a big sweet tooth, as many women do. Of course, she doesn't want to cheat on her diet, but she does drink a lot of diet sodas like Coke Zero and chew a lot of sugar-free gum. What do I think about this during contest prep and artificial sweeteners in general? Some people say it's dangerous, and some people say it's fine. Can it take me out of ketosis and stop fat burning? Can it affect my physique or maybe have a negative effects on my hormones? Now, first of all, there's no one answer to that because everybody's different. So some people are going to have effects from it, some people are not. What I have personally seen is what you're describing is you said, okay, you're carb sensitive, okay, and you have an extreme sweet tooth. That extreme sweet tooth is a signal to the brain that the body wants sugar, okay? And what that sugar does is give a dopamine release in the brain, which is a feel-good thing. That's why you have a sweet tooth. You should be able to, okay, a normal, healthy individual should be able to give up sweets without craving them or having some kind of issue where they have to chew gum or drink diet sodas. If that's happening, your brain wants that signal for the dopamine release. It's a rewards kind of effect. It's you've been giving something when you were a kid, like, okay, if you really behave, we'll give you a candy bar. You're like, okay, I'm good to get the candy bar. You eat the candy bar. That behavior now correlates with a feel-good mechanism in the brain where it releases dopamine, serotonin, makes you feel good. Now that leads over into what's happening now, into where you're like, I have cravings, I have a sweet tooth, and I do all this diet soda and stuff. Now let's back up to what the diet soda, aspartame, sweet and low, NutraC, whatever they're putting in them. In moderation, I don't think these things are going to kill you. Okay, are they probably good for your body? No, it's not a natural thing that's put in your body. It's a chemical, so therefore it's not good. Is it going to hurt you or kill you? Probably not. But I have seen people get diarrhea and stomach bloating from the sweeteners. Now, the sugar-free gum has sugar alcohols in them. A lot of them have sugar alcohols. Those are the same thing as fucking having sugar. So if the sugar alcohol, well, some people will say it's not the same thing, Jerry. But anyways, your ketosis, taking in sugar alcohols, yes, it's gonna burn the sugar alcohols before ketones and possibly take you out of ketosis, depending on how much you chew. I've seen people chew 2 packs of fucking gum a day, which is a lot of fucking gum because they overdo it. They figure there's nothing in it. I can go to excess. Stop doing anything in excess right off the bat, okay? If you're chewing 1 piece of gum a day, fine. If you're chewing fucking 2 packs, stop. Cut it out completely. Don't even do it because you can't control it, okay? So, like I said, if you're doing too much, stop. The diet sodas, I have seen, is it NutraSweet, aspartame, equal. So I think, was aspartame equal? I can't remember which one it is. Anyways, I've seen it literally poison people. It gives them fucking diarrhea. It fucks their stomachs up. And it can fuck their stomach up for days at a time, which means after it's run through the system, it's causing some kind of inflammation. Now, what I'm hearing now is like, well, could this cause, stop fat loss? You're concerned mostly with what's going to happen for the show. Is it going to stop fat loss? It could very well slow it down. It may or may not, depending on the genetics and, how your body uses it. But is it causing damage to your body and causing inflammation? Yes, it is. So, I mean, that depends on what your goals are. If you don't give a shit about health and you're like, I just want to get to the show and I don't care, I have done that myself. I've had plenty of years where I just balls to the wall and I didn't give a shit about my health and I just wanted to go and get to the show and took every drug imaginable, let alone fucking ate whatever. That's one thing. But if you're sitting there going like, this is just a hobby, I'm not making a career out of it, I'm not looking to do anything other than personal goals, then yeah, stop fucking with that shit. Stop eating, a lot of gum and start chewing a lot of gum and stop drinking a lot of the Coke Zero and stuff like that. Carbonation in general. Okay, even if you took the NutraSweet and the sugar and stuff out, carbonation in general can cause health issues. It can actually cause mineral loss. I'm not sure the exact mechanisms of it, but the way the body processes it to take the carbonation out will actually cause a mineral loss in your body that if you're not replacing can fuck you up. So just carbonation in general. And there was a study done. I remember reading this study because I was like, well, if I'm drinking a gallon of milk a day, do I need to drink a gallon of water a day because I'm not getting enough fluid? Well, they found that the body, extracts whatever nutrients and macronutrients, micros out of the fluid and then uses the fluid as fluid. However, it's not all fluids are created equal. If you're drinking a gallon of Diet Coke a day or just a gallon of seltzer water a day, your body's processing that in different ways and burning up and using different minerals and enzymes to break it down, which could cause health complications. So yeah, technically, yes, you're hydrated, but doesn't mean it's healthy and it's the way that you should do it and it's best for your body. So there are definitely, some people that will say, hey, it doesn't make a difference, do whatever you want to do. that's fine, but if you're writing this to me, then you're probably wondering because you're seeing some shit that really doesn't correlate with what people are saying. If they're telling you it's okay and you're like, I'm seeing some things that maybe not be okay, then that's your instincts telling you that, you know what, for you, this may not be the right way. And like I said, I tolerate diet sodas in Crystal Light and in sweeteners very, very easily. It doesn't bother me. But I also don't consume them in mass quantities. Now, my girlfriend Kari, when she had Crystal Light, she does all water now because it just would mess with her stomach. She would do Crystal Light. Now, she drinks, she's a little girl. I mean, she's small. She's only about 105 pounds. And she would drink about 2 gallons of water a day. So 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of water a day. Now, she wasn't trying to get that. That's just what her body was telling her to do. So drinking that water, she would flavor it. She would flavor it with Crystal Light. Well, 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of Crystal Light a day is not fucking good for the body. Plain and simple. When she would add something like one single Diet Coke to it, it would make it even worse. Like the sweeteners would mess with her stomach, upset her stomach. I mean, you could see her stomach distend after she drank these things. And when she started cutting back on the sweeteners, you noticed that the distentation went away. She felt better, processed food better. Everything worked better without them in her body. Now, that also being said, leading up to a competition, if you have sweeteners in your diet and you don't cut them early enough, you will absolutely retain water on those sweeteners. It's amazing how much water I've seen come off a person. It is water. You pull that one thing so many days after a show and you change nothing else, you will watch them tighten up within a matter of 2 days. You'll see it the next day after they cut it out, the day after that, they are a lot tighter because of whatever's going on with the body causing that inflammation, that inflammatory response. Holding water is a natural part of it. So you will absolutely hold water, and it's not a calorie thing, it's not a nutrient thing, it's an inflammation thing. So there's a lot of different things that are going on with that, and I hope this explains a little more in depth about some things that other people are not talking about, because that's what this channel is about. It's about talking about what people are not talking about. If you come on here and say, Jerry, everything in moderation, I don't fucking care because everybody already talks about moderation. What they're not talking about is the inflammation and the stomach issues and the distress and pulling you out of ketosis. That's what they're not talking about. So now we're talking about it. Bios3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bios3training.com is a blog and where it's to cut the sweeteners out if they're bothering your bicep. If not, keep eating them. And we're out.